Good morning. Welcome to Reiki Wednesday. I'm Jamie Lee of Animal Bonds. Thank you for joining me this morning. As always, if you're watching live, thank you for being up bright and early to watch this. If you're watching the recording, thank you. And please feel free to comment with just comments or questions, and feel free to share this video. So this morning I'm coming from the grapevine section of the garden. And yes, it is possible to grow grapes in Las Vegas. Now, I don't always get a lot of them. As you can see, there's some bags on some of those grapes, and that's the ones that I hope to keep. And the birds and the other little animals, the wildlife that live in my yard, they have their share as well. So I found it a lot easier just to share, to bag what I want to keep and then let them get the rest. So we'll see how I do this year. It's always a challenge. So today I wanted to discuss connecting with animals in a mindful way. And sometimes the only way I can really help an animal with Reiki is by working on the person. Because many times the behavior problems, and even if they're not problems, the issues that the animal displays comes about as a result of the owner. You know, the animal is simply reflecting the owner's behavior, or they're reflecting a lesson that the owner needs to learn. So sometimes their behavior is about that, to teach us something. And if we learn to mindfully connect to our pets, then our lives can be transformed, and so can the lives of animals. And now you may be thinking, I'm already connected to my pet. I love them. I spend lots of time with them. I know what they're thinking. And I'm talking about a different kind of connection. A connection that is a language without words. A connection where you connect to the consciousness of another spiritual being. So yes, you are connected already, but there's a deeper connection that I want to talk about. And it's important that we make the effort to connect. Animals will always be there, willing, waiting for us. But we need to make the effort to connect mindfully. And there's a reason, because they have so much to teach us. For one thing, animals teach us to live lightly on this planet. And I don't think it's any secret that the human race is not very good about living lightly. We tend to consume too much, destroy too much, without any thought to the consequences of the planet or other life forms on the planet. Animals tend to know they must walk lightly. Even the great carnivores, the lions, if they're not hungry, they don't kill just to kill. They kill when they need food to survive. But if they were to go and kill everything they saw because they could, it wouldn't be long before they wouldn't have food. And as a species, they know that. And so they know to walk lightly. They take no more than they need. Something that, as a species, the humans could do well to learn. They teach us to be present in the moment. You know, they don't waste time obsessing with the future, or what's going to happen tomorrow, and what kind of job should I have, and am I making the right decision? They just are in the present moment. And that's really where life is, just in the moment. And animals are experts at that. They don't worry about the day, what's going to happen if I get sick, what's going to happen if I die, what's going to happen to the people I love. Animals live in the moment. They show their pack members they love them in the moment. So that's a really important lesson we could learn. Another important lesson is compassion. And compassion is so important. That is the way back to our true self. That is our true self. You know, there's stories that are fascinating. We've all heard about elephants and how they will protect the babies, or they'll protect an injured member of the herd. This herd is so powerful, and they take care of each other. That is compassion. And then there was the time in New Zealand where there was a group of swimmers out in the ocean, and all of a sudden a pod of dolphins came up, and this has been documented. So this pod of dolphins came up and circled them. They just went a circle around all these swimmers, and they didn't know what was going on until they saw a great white shark in the area. The dolphins had come to protect the humans. And dolphins seem to always be here to protect us, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if any of us know why. But we should be very grateful that they have such a strong connection and show such strong compassion towards us. And it doesn't even, you don't even have to be swimming in the ocean to show the compassion. Every morning I'm up early, much earlier than I need to be, and I do that not so I can be to work on time. I do that so I can be up, I can be present in the morning, I can watch my garden wake up, I can see the birds start coming, waiting for the food, singing. I have time to be with my animals. They have time to be outside, sniffing around, enjoying the day before the workday has to begin. And there's a lot of chores to be done. The birds have to be fed. There's water out in the yard. The plants have to be taken care of. Is it a lot of work? Yes, sometimes it is. But I don't look at it as work. I look at it as a spiritual practice. So every morning when I get up early before the sun is up, and I begin what I used to call my chores, but now it's my spiritual practice, I realize that I am in communion with another consciousness being, with animals, with plants. I am in communion with them every morning, and that is a spiritual practice. And the fact that I can care for them and provide water, provide food so that their life is easier, just because I can, that is an act of compassion, and that's also a spiritual practice. So it's quite easy to bring into our life. It's not something complicated. It's just being in the present moment and being of service to others, no matter if it's people, animals, plants, any living being. So if you live with animals, as I do, you already know that animals express their emotions in a raw, unfiltered way. There's no doubt about it. When they're joyful, you know it. They're bouncing around, they're happy, they're singing. And when they're grieving, you know the depths of their grief. There's never a doubt on how animals feel. You know, they've achieved a freedom that most people can only hope to achieve. But we can achieve this freedom that they demonstrate to us every day. And they remind us that it's there. How do we do it? We do it by living lightly on this planet. We do it by being present in the moment. And we do it through compassion and service to others. So today, let's all start our spiritual practice. Let's be of compassion to others whenever we can. Let's be present and let's live lightly on this planet. Again, I'm Jamie Lee of Animal Bonds. Thank you for joining me this morning from the grapevine garden. Yes, they grow here. And I appreciate you being here. Again, feel free to share this video. If you have comments or questions, put them down in the bottom and I'll try to answer them next week. And until then, namaste. Have a beautiful day.